Hi, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm discussing and showcasing about very interesting topic, which is definitely an automation process. How to automate customer onboarding in Business Central using Power Automate and Microsoft Forms. So you can simply automate the customer creation process in Business Central using Microsoft Power Automate. So let me share and showcase how this can be done. First of all, how to create a form using Microsoft Forms that can be used to collect the basic information of a customer. You can connect the forms using forms.microsoft.com. This is the official Microsoft website for creating the Microsoft Forms. So here you can, this is the default layout, and you can add your questions. If suppose I want to collect the basic information of a customer, I have added few of the questions to this particular form, like the company, customer name and address, contact details like email address, phone number, etc. You can simply click on this insert new, and you can select the data type, and you can put the label as the question. And if you want this field is mandatory, then you can enable the required button here. And here you can move up and down, and you can rearrange the question in this form layout. And also in the styles, we have different styles and look templates we have that you can use to make your form is looking good and eye-catching one. And few of the settings we have to take care is that if you want to share this particular form with any of the external persons or any of the person who is outside your organization, then you should enable this anyone can respond setting should be enabled. And also another thing is that you should enable here the accept responses, then only you can collect the responses using this form. And also we have different view types, like we have a desktop view and we have a mobile view for this form. This is the default view we have available in Microsoft Forms. And now we have done this form creation using Microsoft Form. And also you can share this form. We have different ways to share this Microsoft Form with your team members or any of the external persons. So we have a link option here. Using this link button, you can copy and you can share the link for this particular form, and you can send it as an invite in Microsoft Outlook or Microsoft Teams. And also we have an option to create this form as a QR code, and you can share this QR code to the users or the salespersons or your team members. And also we have an embed option, and using this you can make the URL as an embed, and you can use it to share with your sales team or your external accounts. So these are the different ways you can share this form with your users or your team members. Now I have created a form to collecting the basic information of customer. Now I have created a automation flow using Microsoft Power Automate. You can connect this make.powerautomate.com. This is the official website from Microsoft. You can connect the Power Automate to automating your process flow. You can connect Business Central, and you can make the automation flow. Now here we are discussing about how the customer creation process flow is automating using Power Automate. I have added 3 automation steps to make this customer creation successfully by automation. So the first step is I have used a default form trigger, which is when a new response is submitted in the form, the trigger is get enabled. So this is one of the default trigger I have used. And in the form ID, I have select my customer onboarding form. This is the form I have created previously in Microsoft Forms. So this is the first step. And as a second step, I want to collect the responses from Microsoft Form. When a user or any of the salesperson has been submitted the basic information for customer, those data has been collecting here in as a second step. I have used this action. This is a default form action, get response details in Power Automate. And in the form ID dropdown, I have selected the same form which I have created previously. And in the response ID, Using this add dynamic content, you can select the response ID. This is the response ID creating when a response is submitted, and this is the unique ID. You can just simply mapping this response ID using this add dynamic content. And the final step is I want to create the data in Business Central. So the final step is create new customer action. This is the default action available Power Automate, and I have used this as a final step. And in the environment, I have selected my sandbox environment of my Microsoft Business Central, and the company I have selected Kronos in India company. And in the API category, I have selected the default Business Central API category V2. And in the table name, of course, it is the customer table, because my aim is to automating the customer creation process in Business Central. So I have selected the customer table, and in bottom, I can see all the table columns of this particular customer table. And you can map here the customer table columns with the fields from your previously created Microsoft form. So simply click on this table column. You can see this add dynamic content, and in the right side you can see the table from and which showcase the fields from Microsoft form which you have created previously. You can simply drag and drop, and you can simply map the table columns with Microsoft forms fields. And once you have mapped all these table columns with Microsoft Forms fields, you can click on the Save button. Now we have created a Power Automation flow for automating the customer creation process in Business Central. Now we can test how this work and how the data is getting created in Business Central. Now this is the mobile view for my Microsoft form, and you can click on Start Now, and now you can enter the basic fields and the data for the customer. Suppose the company name and address. I'm just entering the address and the city and sorry, and state has been entered and city, and I have make all these fields are mandatory, so I have to enter all these fields, and the zip code, contact name, and email address, and the website, and the phone number for the contact person. Now I have entered all these fields for the customer and click on the submit button. Now you will get a pop-up message as your response was submitted. So now we have submitted the basic details for a customer. Now we can check whether the data has been created in Business Central or not. Just refreshing the Business Central and come to the customers. In Business Central customers, we can see here the DigiWorld, the customer has been created in Business Central. So this is the where you can automate your customer creation process in Business Central using Microsoft Power Automate and Microsoft Forms. So it's very simple to automating the process flow in Business Central using Power Automate. You can use this Power Automation for your workflow automations and your process automations. So if you have any further queries, or if you have any questions, you can connect with me, and you can reach out to me by the email address and WhatsApp number as shown in the screen. So thanks for connecting and watching the video.